So first of all, welcome everyone. This is a webinar, first of its kind, where we are talking about mobile-centric product management and what is so important about mobile. So if you have not understood mobile really well, it is playing a really good, valuable role with respect to businesses, and in fact, it improves convenience and it gives two-way communication for businesses, and it actually helps in engagement. Okay, so we will be understanding in depth about mobile applications and how they are helping businesses. I really forgot to introduce myself. I will introduce myself and I will tell you why I'm talking about mobile applications, what makes me expert here. Okay, so Sheikh Khader is my name, and I am founder of GetRefactor. I am an independent product consultant, and if you see, I have experience with Signify. I have experience as product lead and feature lead, and I worked with companies like Philips, Signify, and Schneider. And I have overall 16 years of experience in product development. I was a developer, lead, architect, and product feature lead. So I come from BTech background, but I have various experiences into mobile and into SaaS businesses, and as well as into banking domain. And I'm alumni of Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. I specialized in product management. This was like 4 years ago, and I hold a patent. During the time I was working with Philips, I was fortunate to have experience of filing a patent, and it is registered. So let's look into the agenda of today, what we are going to talk about. So we are going to generally talk about why mobile apps are important and the problem and opportunity space. It is in general terms with respect to product management. And we will talk about the relationship between product market fit and MVP. And we will also talk about the lean backlog. And we will talk about onboarding experience, how the mobile onboarding experience should be. And we will also talk about how not to annoy users with respect to mobile applications, product metrics, and then we'll talk about mobile app ecosystem. Okay, so we have a lot to cover, and at the same time, we'll be introducing a full stack product manager program. This is one of the fellowship program that we have. So I'll have opportunity to introduce that to you. Why we are talking about mobile and what is so different about mobile applications. So mobile applications became the core of large companies, and its potential is really high, because if you see 70% of world population are having smartphones in their hand. And if you see, there is 1 billion smartphones which are shipped in 2023. So these are amazing facts that tells us that more than laptops, more than workstations, mobiles are prominently a mean to understand the customer behavior and connect with customer behavior. So we have total 7.6 billion smartphones in the world. If you see this number, it is actually 90% of the population in the world. The count, if you see, it is about 90% of population is about 7.6 billion, and we have those many mobiles which are active. So this is an amazing number, though I believe that 90% of people are not using mobile, but in general, this is a fascinating number, I would say. And we are in an era where we use smartphones to control the usage of smartphones. So this is an interesting fact that we smartphones started telling us that not to use smartphones so so frequently. So we are in that era where they are notifying us not to use smartphones much. So let's talk about businesses and how they're leveraging mobile application and building billion-dollar companies. So to start with, we have Instagram. If you see Instagram, the latest revenue, ad revenue that they are getting is about $70.9 billion with only one application, which is called Instagram. This is the ad revenue that they're getting. And across years, this is how it has grown. And it's a big number. Okay, and in this big number, if I have to break down, around 40 to 50% of their revenue is coming from Reels. We'll talk about that a little later, but yeah, you have to keep that in mind that mobile applications are not something small. They're really large and they're driving businesses. Okay. And I wanted to show you another mobile application, which is really important, which is mostly in India, FirstCry. So if you see here, this application is little different from others because they have two goals. One is the shopping experience itself, and the second thing is parenting. So they help people to guide them on how to parent their kids. So this is actually a mixture of an educational app, which is also adding value through e-commerce or quick commerce, I would say. Right. So this is one of its kind of mobile application. And the third application that I wanted to introduce to you is about Zepto. And if you see Zepto, I wanted to emphasize that mobile applications are always not customer-facing mobile applications. They are also making the workflows in business ease. They are easing the workflows. So this is one of the kinds of example where Zepto warehouse, they are using mobile application for inbound and outbound activities that are happening with their stock. Right. So you can build a super duper car, but if that is having a blocks, then it is not making sense. So in that case, Zepto is really using mobile in its ecosystem or workflow so effectively that it minimizes the time that it delivers a product that you have ordered to the home. If you see, there is something called as Zero Zepto Packer app. This is going to help to bill rather going to a centralized place and billing. Right. So these are the some of the examples where we are talking about a general mobile application, an educational application, and an application which actually eases the business and which actually make it efficient in its workflow. To move on, I would like to emphasize on why mobile first. So there are few questions like why mobile first. So I wanted to help you understand that mobile gives you a rich experience and mobile helps to achieve the business goals. Mobile helps in engagement, the two-way communication that I was talking about. So that is why you should have mobile first as your strategy when you are actually building a customer facing app or a B2B app where mobile can be really helpful. Okay, so think mobile first. So then see how your solution or the overall experience would change. Mostly in D2C business and some parts of B2B can be those workflows can be prioritized and optimized. What is the job of a product manager? Since the audience are aspiring product managers or product managers, I wanted to explain what is the product manager's job in a simple terms. In a simple term, if I see product manager's job is to identify a problem and convert that into an opportunity. Okay, so that is the simplest explanation I can give, that any problem that a product manager finds, he turns that into an opportunity. Okay, if we further go and check, like if we want to write a problem statement, something like a problem of busy professionals not able to cook food at home and they wanted to have an outside food. Here, if a product manager get to know about this, then he will find an opportunity of building a mobile application or a way to solve this problem. Not necessarily mobile, but a way to solve this problem. So that is where product manager is fitting. So meal delivery app is a solution, but that is something that comes from the problem. Okay, so product manager's job is to deeply understand the problem and give a solution that helps people solve their problems. Okay, so that helps in solving the problem. If you see, I was talking about a problem and I was talking about opportunity. So let's talk about opportunity. when you have a problem and you're solving it by an opportunity, you're converting that into an opportunity. The opportunity is to delight the customer, or opportunity is to provide convenience to the customer, or opportunity can be really engaging with the customer and understanding his needs better. So that is what a product manager does. If you go further, if you want to build an opportunity from the problem statement, then definitely it is going to cost. So it is going to be money or time or anything. So that's basically cost. So if you see further, the cost of the opportunity, I'm not talking about opportunity cost, I'm talking about the cost of building the opportunity, right? That should always be less than business value. To grab the opportunity to solve a problem, you incur some cost to build that mobile application or any solution, right? So that is what I'm talking about. And that cost should be less than the business value in current or future that you are going to expect. Okay. So if it is not less than the business value, then that business is not fruitful, or that opportunity is not a viable opportunity, I would say. Okay, so this is something that you need to calculate first. But how would I calculate that? Yes, my opportunity is bigger and it gives greater business value. I'm not only talking about with respect to a product or a platform, I'm talking about a feature as well. So when you're building a feature in a product, even then you have to see that what is the cost of this cost of building this opportunity, and is it going to be viable or sustainable for my business? Is it going to add much more value than the cost that is going to incur? So it's a simple logic, right? It's a common sense. If you see the next slide, how I'm going to calculate the business value is through the market segment. Okay, so I'm going to see the potential market that this opportunity is going to have. The bigger the market is, the bigger the opportunity is, and the bigger the business value will be. Okay, so now if you know that, okay, I have to build a delivery app, or food delivery app, for example. So in that case, if you see the market segment is urban population and who are busy professionals. If you see the market size, it is a really large number, and definitely it is going to be a viable solution if you are building a simple mobile application with a kind of a marketplace. So that is where we find these kind of solutions are very popular. So if you see market segment, so you have to identify who are my customers and whom do you want to cater. It's not necessarily that always my customer segment is busy professionals. So you can further segment them and tell that I'm going to cater to busy professionals who are having preferences of good food, or who are having preferences of vegetarian food. You can build any market segment and you can build your app or solution around the proposition that you are talking about. Okay, so that is where the filters come when it comes to target market. So your market segment can be large, but the positioning of you will make that further down, and it will come to a place where you know exactly whom you are talking to and your messages are clear to them. Okay, so this is how you build market segments. And yes, so we go to next thing, which is nothing but business value. So far what we have understood is problem leads to an opportunity, and the cost of building an opportunity should be less than business value. And how you calculate business value is through market segmentation and seeing the number of people that is going to number of people who will appreciate your solution or problem solution. So this is what we have built. But business value always is not tied to finance. Business value can be satisfaction of the customer and engagement, which in turn gives you the financial benefit. So don't always try to tag a number to a business value. I mean, in dollars or in rupees. So don't try to tag that number to business value. So try to see what is the engagement, reach, and satisfaction that I'm going to improve for my customer, ultimately this will turn into a financial value. If you see, for example, I have a water purifier at my home, and it needs to be serviced every 6 months, suppose. So you have a mobile application which actually helps them to book that service call, and that is not directly going to benefit you, but that is a medium where you can engage with the customer and you can cross sell, upsell your products. So it is a convenience that you have given for sure, but on top of that, you are getting an opportunity to engage with the end user, and you are going to cross sell, upsell your products. So that is what I meant by engagement, and mobile applications can help in this direction. And now if I move further, as we understand that business value is not directly related to satisfaction, not related to financial satisfaction and engagement, you need to understand something called as product market fit. So in the product management world, if you see product market fit, that means, in simple terms, it is about finding exact value that a customer is looking forward for. Like at this point, customer is happy to buy your product and advocate about your product. So that is the point where you should reach as quickly as possible. So when you have found the opportunity, but that opportunity turning into a product, and that turning into a product market fit will take some time, because you have to understand the customer. You give a feature X and you understand by feature X, and then you increment that into feature Y, and then you increment that into feature Z. So that way you give market what is required. Okay, and you analyze the data, and then you incrementally go further step by step. By your deep understanding of the customer and customer observation behaviors, you are going to build a stronger product market fit. So once you have product market fit, that means you are exactly hitting the sweet spot of a customer where they love your product and the features that you're talking about, and they will be your own advocates to spread that word, and it creates a network effect. Our ultimate goal is to reach this product market fit position, and that is where we reiterate the features that we are giving, and we are actually going step by step to reach that place. Yeah, that's a good question. We have a question called how we determine that product market fit has happened. So the product market fit, when it happens, you will come to know because your installations will be more and your growth will be more, or your NPS will be more. So it may have a steady growth because you are advertising and you are doing all sort of campaigns. But when you hit your product market fit, it suddenly grows higher, because even you are not doing much, it grows really fast. So that is when you consider that you have landed in the sweet spot where customer loves your product. Okay, so until then the growth will be inorganic, or something very lean, but from that point it will be a kind of a viral thing. Okay, so at least in your product segment, that at least in your target segment that you are trying to address, it will go as a viral thing. Okay, that is when you understand that yes, I have hit product market fit. So what is the difference between PMF and MVP? Yes, so minimum viable product is something where we are trying to ship, considering that we think that customer loves this feature, but that is only my assumption. So customer may like it or may not like it. So I'm going to have some data backed decision to before I build a product feature, but that is not going to guarantee that, okay, customer is going to love it. So I'm going to, because the data says so, I will do it, and I will see how customer receives my my feature. So that is when it goes into a next cycle from the feedback of the customer through analytics, or through qualitative research or whatever. So when we release a MVP, that doesn't mean that I have hit PMF. So it just mean that, okay, it is all hit and trial. You are actually trying to see that, okay, customer will like this feature, and then you understand the customer bit more, and then you release a next release from the understanding of the customer. Okay, so this is how you have continuous product increments until you reach PMF. And that is also not the end of the story. Even after PMF, you will be consistently releasing the mobile application features. But yes, so we would love, as a business, we would love to be at the stage of PMF. In the lieu of time, we'll see how we'll build this MVP, and what is the hypothesis that I'm talking about. And we'll see to that. Okay. So now I'm introducing a new term called as lean backlog list, right? So what is lean backlog list? So it is like you have certain assumptions, and then a feature list is formed based on these assumptions. Okay. And then you validate these feature list, and you understand that whether it is working well or not. So initially, the backlog list that is formed should be really lean. Okay, in the sense you should take at least 2 to 3 features and see that your assumptions, your core assumptions that you are making is really mapping, and it is true. Okay, only when you understand that your core assumptions are true, then you can lead further and you can hit the PMF. So if you see an example, this was when I was working with Signify. In the afternoons, I used to love to have fruit salads. So this is an example that I am giving because I can really connect with it, and hope you guys will also be connecting to this. So fruit salads are really like something that I crave to have every afternoon after my food, or mostly skipping the food, I can also have fruit salads. Okay, so that is what I like, but unfortunately, I have only one pantry, and there I get only one kind of fruit salad, which is something that I don't like, and I am forced to have. So I would like to have a variety of fruit salads in the afternoon, and I don't mind paying for it. Okay, so that if that is the case, then I assume that since I like fruit salad, I assume that everybody likes fruit salad. I could be right, I could be wrong. But with this assumption, we start making mobile applications saying that, okay, now I start a business of selling fruit salads online. Um, those who are working and those who feel like having something after their food would definitely order from us. So I see like everybody who is working in organization loves fruit salads. Okay, but this is just an assumption. So this is an example story that I want to tell, because I really see a problem where you don't find much of salads at office, fancy shops where you can go ahead and have good food. Okay, so if you see this example, and I move ahead and show you that I have made some assumptions. Okay, that means I felt like everyone likes fruit salad, and I wanted to build a mobile application, and I have created that mobile application. But before that, I have to see that my assumption of everybody liking fruit salad is true or false, and how many people really like fruit salad and they want to order online. So that is where I wanted to prove my assumption that, okay, this is the assumption that I made, and I wanted to prove this hypothesis. And that's when I create a lean backlog list, the feature that I wanted to introduce in a mobile application that in turn helps me understand that, yes, indeed, people like fruit salad as like me, and they want to have fruit salad in the afternoon or evening while they are in office. So now what we are trying to build is a possible target audience, where we call it as persona, that whom we are trying to address. Okay, so here we are talking about a persona, or or feature of a person who would like to have this solution that we are talking about, which is nothing but the uh, the food application that we are the good food application that we are talking about. Okay, so the fruit salad application that we're talking about. So who are my target audience? So once we know the persona, then we can go ahead and do the market research and understand that what is my market size. Okay, what is the market size? I'm talking about somebody who is living in urban areas and somebody who is going to offices and somebody who are health conscious and would like to have fruit salads at the end of their meal. Okay, so if these three are the criteria, then we need to do user research and see how many people that we can cater to. So this is what is about target market, and target market is nothing but approximately equal to the persona that we are defining. Is this clear? Yeah, sometimes children, yeah, that's a surprising answer to me. We wanted to pack something for the children in the morning, and we feel fruit salads are great thing. Okay, so then probably I might order a fruit salad. So I assume that like it, everybody will like it, but that is not the case, right? So that may not be the case. People may like it. People may like to have good food, but only thing is there are so many criteria. It's about affordability and um, by the ease they can get that. That is also playing a major role. So by the ease they get the product, it is going to be sold. Okay, because I see Lays or chips packets very often, very everywhere I go, I'll just try to buy that. If you find fruit salads everywhere, maybe you would buy that. I don't know. So these are all assumptions that we are making, right? So first we have to come up with something like where we put our assumptions to test. Okay, so that is what we have to do, and that is where we create our lean backlog list. Like how I can put this assumption to test. That is where you build a feature and you help understand that okay, not everyone likes, but this category of people likes, and here I have the contact with them. So I wanted to understand from you, if you are a product manager and if you are building a fruit salad app and you are with the assumption that since I love it, everybody loves it, but your company says that no, that may not be the case. Go ahead and prove me that there is a large size of people who are really interested in buying fruit salads. Okay, so how will you prove that? Can you come up with one feature of that? I will tell you one thing, which is something really important and you should keep in mind. Until unless you reach a customer and he buys your product, it is not a done deal. You can have surveys, you can have market research and all that, but until unless you really get in touch with customer and he makes a purchase, he got converted to your idea, until unless the deal is not done. Okay, so surveys and everything that we are talking about is going to help us give a cue. Okay, but it is not exact answer. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you in this thing, that when you are assuming something and if you want to prove, surveys may tell something, but when you hit the market with your own features, it will completely fall flat. So until unless you reach actual customer and they buy your product and they fall in love with your product, it is not done. Okay, so we have to see that how soon we can reach the final customer and how soon we can convince him. Okay, so definitely if I was given the opportunity, I would say like I will create simple application where some fruit recipes are there. Okay, and I try to build fruit salad recipes. I'll try to build this feature first and get into market and understand like how many people are downloading it and how many people are using it. I will not start my business until unless I see remarkable amount of people are already buying the idea of fruit salads. Okay, so that would be my approach. but everybody has their own approach. But keep in mind that as a product manager, until unless you hit the real customer and you make them buy it, it's not actually done. Okay, so those are all assumptions. So that's where we have to build minimum viable products that will help us to reach the customer fast and fail fast. Okay, and tune our assumptions and change and navigate through those nitty-gritties of user behaviors and observations. Okay, so now let's go ahead and understand. Now if I go back and I explain you, we have talked about the problem statement, and we have talked about our opportunity, and we have understood the sizing of the opportunity, and we have understood the lean backlog list, how to come up with the lean backlog list to prove our hypothesis. Okay, so now we have a backlog list, and I'm talking about the technology now. Like we have mobile application, Android, iOS platforms to build. The major challenge that any product manager faces is how to keep up both the apps with same level. Okay, suppose you have a release date X, you wanted to keep iOS and Android features at the same level. They cannot go in separate time, right? So that is a major challenge that everybody faces, and it is a challenge for product manager because they cannot have two different features in mobile application where they are same, serving the same customer. So that is where we have something called as Flutter, React, which are gaining popularity and which are helping to keep a single code base and still will be able to serve both the platforms, Android and iOS. Okay, so if you are new to mobile world, definitely this is an information to take away. Okay. Okay, so I understand that you understand the problem of going to market and keeping up your features intact in both the platforms. Okay, that is one of the challenge that generally product managers face, and you can opt for the cross-platform mobile technologies so that you can keep them, or otherwise you see how Android and iOS you can keep the features intact when you're going for release. Okay, so that is one thing. And now I wanted to jump upon something called as onboarding experience. You see, any mobile application, if you are a product manager, right, the first thing that you see, like people get started with the mobile application. Okay, but the thing that can screw the get started idea is onboarding. Okay, so once people onboard and their first transaction is flawless, they get used to your mobile application and they come to your mobile application again and again and again. Unless this first experience is sorted out, your mobile application will not fly. Okay, so that's why it is really important for you to give a great onboarding experience in mobile. Okay, so what I meant by onboarding a great onboarding experience is like no nonsense experience. So what is no nonsense experience? Let's look into this and understand. So there are three major things that I want to talk about. One is what, and security, and dashboard, giving the value directly. Okay, so the first point is about keeping the customer at the same level as you. What you are delivering should be really communicated well on the features, and his expectations are set, and he understands your product really well. So that is what is the first thing that you should do before even he enters your app. Okay, so you cannot directly take into a dashboard screen when he don't understand anything about your app. So that will be a kind of a surprise. Now he don't know what to do. Okay, so that is where you have a placeholder where you can explain him what exactly he can do with your mobile application. Okay, so if he understands really well, you can get it skipped and you can move on. But having that, I mean, telling this story is really important. Okay, so that is about what. And the second thing is leverage the uh, mobile capabilities and try to log in and reach the dashboard as soon as possible. So Zepto does it in one click. You just enter your mobile number, continue, and within less than 30 seconds, you are in dashboard. where the value, where you find value. So this is the kind of experience I would say that will help onboard users really quick. So you will not get much by asking for Gmail IDs and going through single sign-ons and all that. So once he get used to it, then you may ask him for whatever you need. But during the onboarding experience, you should not trouble him. Okay, you should straight away take him to the value in less than 1 minute. That would be ideal, I believe. Okay. So, and the third thing that you should talk about is the actual value. So you get into this space, the dashboard, and land him exactly what he is looking for when he comes to your app. Okay. So don't take him to empty cart or don't take him to categories. Take him to the list of products or where you want him to exactly see what is the business value that you are providing or what is the transaction that you are doing. Okay, so these 3 steps is going to help you as a product manager to onboard your customers really well and help them understand your product really well. Okay, so if you can take a lot of apps which are successful, they really take people to the dashboard or value really fast. Okay, so that is what I am telling about no nonsense experience while onboarding. So let's go to the user experience. So for product managers, I don't want to deep dive into things, but I just wanted to cover this, that if you see as an experience, if there is a product which is already in the market, okay, which is doing great, okay, there is no shame in copying it because user already learned something from that mobile application on how to interact and how to do his business done, how to get his business done. Okay, so you can actually follow the same interaction guidelines and you can create it a bit better, but don't give anything not so familiar. Okay, don't hide the menus or don't try to do radically different because there is a language spoken in mobile application interactions. You have to stick to that language so that they understand where to find what. So basically, mobile users are already aware of where to find what. So don't radically change it and try to invent things and confuse the user. Okay, that is what I would call as intuitive navigation. So if you see Ola, Uber, they're all same. They are providing same services, and you find exactly what they are trying to do at the same positions. You don't find them really different. Yes, their colors and their way of doing it is different, but generally, if you see, they look more or less same. Okay, so that is what I meant. Like no intuitive, design or navigation is really important. Okay. And the second thing that I want to talk to you about is as a product manager, you should try to leverage the context of mobile application and the user behavior and personalize it to him. Like suppose languages. So suppose it is an Hindi speaking person, so you can switch to Hindi mode, okay, or his native language. Suppose customer is about having preference of night mode all the time. Okay, so what is night mode? Maybe you can search it, but uh, it is about something where your eyes are not hurt. Okay, so and it is and that is how you can build the personalization around the by understanding the user behavior. Okay, so there is a lot of information that you find while user is using it. So not do not annoy them by asking the same thing or by taking them to a default UI or default navigations. So understand them and adapt to their preferences. So that is really important, and that gives a connection between you and the end user that is using the mobile application. Though you have generally built it for everyone, but adapting to the user experience expected by user is going to help retain the customer. Okay. So now third thing is leveraging native capabilities. So you should leverage the mobile camera, maybe the gyroscope that which is available, and navigation, location permissions, and Bluetooth. So there are so many hardware capabilities that a mobile come up with, so you can use them effectively while building a solution. When I meant native capabilities, it is about location, it's about camera. Maybe if I know the location of the person who is there, and I can get to know the seasonal fruits in that location, maybe I will try to create salads which are of the seasonal fruits which are arriving at that location. Let's understand the metrics. So now we have understood that problem, opportunity, and we have come up with a priority list, and we have built the mobile application with some features. So now we understand that what is product metrics for mobile app. What is that we wanted to see. So I think the install rate is a great thing. So number of downloads, but it is not actually making any sense, because I can have 50,000 downloads, and in that only 5,000 or 1,000 people are using my app. So that's why install rate is not a great metric that you should look at. Okay. Engagement metrics and retention metrics are really important. How many people are using your app on daily basis? That is nothing but daily active users and monthly active users, because they love your app, they are coming to your app again and again, and they are checking the features. Okay. Consider engagement is really understood, like monthly active users or daily active users. But what is retention? This is a very good metric only for mobile applications, saying that how much, like retention is taken as 4 weekly retention, monthly retention, and quarterly retention, and yearly retention. So who is your customer who is coming again and again, and even after 1 month? So his last check-in should be greater than 1 month. If his last check-in is greater than 2 months and he came to your app again, that means it is 2-month retention. So retention rate is something that you should look at when it comes to mobile application products. And then finally, the conversions. So now if you see the example of Fruit Salad app, initially I'm engaging with recipes and all that stuff, and they have saved some recipes, they have tried it, and then I introduced a product where I sell a salad. Okay, so then is he ready to pay for me, or will he buy it? So the conversions that are happening, that is going to be where you turn that engagement and retention into something financial or tangible for your business. Okay, so this is how we see this. And if you see, I wanted to ask you that how would I improve engagement even when user is not purchasing? So do you know anything about it? Would you like to answer this? How would I improve engagement even when user is not purchasing? Suppose my mobile application is about selling fruit salad, but maybe daily they don't use it, right? But I want to hook them. So how you can do that? How you can engage with your user again and again, like continuously keep them coming back to your mobile application. Okay, like the festivals, giving offers, discounts. One thing that I can tell about is engagement comes through some kind of motivation where they feel like they are kind of community, or some kind of gamification, or there are so many good practices that you can have in your app, where not all the times they come for purchasing only, but you can tell them that, okay, now season is mango, so do you want to find a mango salad recipe, something like that. So yeah, notifications are definitely going to help, but talking about seasonal fruits, and asking them to buy or asking them to engage in a kind of quiz or gamification is going to help. So normally what we have seen is applications are not like WhatsApp or Telegram. most of the applications that we download, we normally never use it. Okay, so until unless there is a kind of a gamification and a continuous engagement that is possible, if it is not there, then definitely users are going to forget about your apps because they have a lot of things to do. They open the mobile, they have WhatsApp, they have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have Netflix. So why would one come to a fruit salad app unless it triggers them? They would never come to it unless you place something really interesting, which is more interesting than these apps for that particular persona. Think about it. So anything that you are actually building for engagement, right? That should be motivated, and it should be motivated enough to beat all these other applications which are there in the mobile app. Okay, so that is one thing that you should do. Like suppose if you want to retain a customer, so how would you do that? It's a similar question, but definitely after 2-3 months you have not seen them coming in. So how would you do that? The retention practices. So maybe you can give steep discounts, or you talk something about their birthdays, if at all you know it, right? So yeah, special events, so that you give some special discounts, right? So that is the time where we can grab the attention of a user to come back to your mobile application again, because she got connected, and since you know her event, what is happening there, so you can direct message over there, and you can bring them back to your app, and from then you try to engage with them continuously in meaningful way. Is this clear? Yeah, welcome back, Afar. So that is really great. Use creative and connective notification like Zomato marketing. Yes. So personalization is going to play a really key role when it comes to mobile applications. Okay, because it's a two-way talking that is happening. You know exactly who is the customer and what they are up to. And fruit salad app, suppose if I want to convert, then definitely I should have some good practices that I should follow. So look at other apps, how they are doing, and try to follow them. And you can also come up with some innovative ideas by yourself. So basically, it is also about understanding the ecosystem. It's not only about you keep on thinking about what is the best practices that we can come up with. So it's also about how other in the same ecosystem are doing it. For example, as of now, Sonia has told that yes, it is about Zomato marketing notifications, right? So they really personalize it to the extent where people connect to it. They are funny. They are kind of hooking. So all those things, right? So conversions are also something like. So basically, if I want to tell you, onboarding is an experience. I understand. So you have knocked it. Okay, onboarding is successful. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing is about conversion. The first conversion that should happen, that should be seamless, and you should give such a deal that they cannot miss it. Suppose if I see, recently I installed Zepto, and the first thing that I saw is pay me 1 rupee to get 1 month free subscription of or Zepto Pass, right? So I went through that experience of paying him, and I found it really easy. That's why next time when I come, I definitely would love to go through that experience, because I have seen it is really easy. Like you click over there and you have a payment option, and the payment is done, and whatever is promised, it is delivered. Okay, so this is the simplest conversion I have seen in my life. Okay, so where you wanted to offer something, you give him a sweet deal in the first go. Okay, and then see how he come back again, because it's not about he will not expect deal again and again, but he would have experienced that navigation, and it is easier than other apps. Then he will definitely prefer your app to do that, to go through that experience. So that is where you have to, in your application, wherever you want to wherever is your goal to whatever is your goal to achieve, take user at least once by prompting him and asking him to lead to there and show him what you have to offer. So once he has that experience, he will come again and again since your experience is great. Okay. So this is what I wanted to tell regarding conversion. And yeah, so normally what I have seen is like we get too much annoyed with apps, and sometimes we uninstall the apps. It's like WhatsApp communities. We join the WhatsApp community with so much enthusiasm, but definitely if he's pushing a lot of ads and he's pushing with so many things which are unrelated to you, you definitely go and get out of that community. It's same thing, right? Here as well. So the best practices are minimize your notifications. Don't annoy them with notifications. Lot of notifications. Keep it as one notification in a day. Okay. And limit your ads. Provide clear feedback. When something is done, show that it is done, like a tick mark or a feedback. When you click on a button, that should show that yes, the click has already happened, and wait for it. Okay. And respect user privacy. This is really important. Thank you. So yeah, I wanted to tell you about Android ecosystem. So Android or iOS, so they provide amazing Play Store or App Store, right? So there is an opportunity, and that is where you find your customer finds you the first, right? So it is not just that it's there for fun. It is actually a first touch point for your customer, right? So you have to give him great experience over there, and this is how you establish your first touch point, where you give a nice trailer telling about what you are, and you tell about what you are doing. So everything what you give here is going to be really encouraging and show the quality of your product. If you want to get featured in Google or Apple, so what you have to do is give him the overall best experience in store listing. Okay, I will tell you App Store optimization in a moment, but I want to touch upon this, that store listing is a great opportunity for you. If you are a product manager, you should focus more on here. What is that you are communicating to your consumer through store listing? Okay, and the second thing that I want to talk about is data compliance. If you are collecting data, you should tell your end users that you're collecting data and how you're going to repurpose it. So as a product manager, you should take really serious, otherwise your app will be shut. Okay, so sometimes there will be notice, sometimes there will not be any notice, but app will be shut. So you have to be really careful with the ecosystem of Android, iOS, Play Stores and App Stores. You should be constantly listening to them. Okay, so and the third thing that I want to tell you is if you are a product manager related to mobile applications, then you should keep an eye on these two things which are really important: WWDC and Google I/O. So these are events which happen every year where new features and updates are given. So generally in the May and June month, they have their events, and in September you see a new update on OS from both. Okay, so you have to watch out what is coming in that and prepare yourself for your mobile application. And about launching, I would say like App Store optimization is really important, where you use the platform to list your product in a most efficient way. Okay, use all the keywords and all that, and leverage social media and content marketing. If you want to promote your app, I don't have to tell much about social media and content marketing. So you can get to tell about your mobile application through social media ads and direct ads. Physical product. If your app has a physical product connected to it, so keep a logo on that, like Android and iOS. Promote and leave a leaflet that will help them find with a scanner. They redirect to Play Store and they download it. Okay. Engage with communities and forums. Like suppose there are communities like Product Hunt, where they showcase great products, and also Google, right? They showcase great products, they feature great products. So if you build a great experience to the level where they can notice, so you can actually ask and participate in their app accelerator programs and help them understand that what you have done uniquely and what are the best practices you have done, where they give you a platform to promote yourself, and you incentivize early adopters. I think it is not very unique. It is done by anybody. It is done by everybody who are new entrants, who has deep pockets. So you are going to incentivize early adopters. Okay. For example, once upon a time we had before to Google Pay, it was Tez, and it went on so Tez that because of the instant gratification with immediate money transfer. So where I transfer 10 rupees, I am getting 1 rupee or 2 rupees, right? So that is something which made the transition very easy, where people are promoting and they're referring people, they're onboarding people, and the growth is really fast, right? So this is what is about product app launching, and I wanted to touch upon briefly AI and ML, and this is like you have there are some inbuilt out of the box solutions which are coming with the platform on AI and ML, and also there are inbuilt platform for IoT. Okay, so you check those capabilities which are available by default. So every year you understand the feature updates and you understand what's coming new from Google or Google I/O or WWDC. You understand what capabilities they added with respect to AI, ML, with respect to IoT. So try to fit in those solutions into your offerings. Suppose barcode scanning, face detection. So if these are all available, see how you can leverage these opportunities where they are coming for free and out of the box, right? So this is kind of a native capabilities that you are getting. So you try to leverage them to the best that you can. Okay. So this is about IoT, where you have from Apple, they have something called as HomeKit, and Google also has Home. Okay. So if you are providing this IoT solution, see that how you can also be part of that ecosystem which is coming by default with respect to mobile applications. As a product manager, you should see that how you can leverage what is coming for free. Okay, so since there are no questions, maybe I'll go ahead and I will explain about what I have told, like full stack product management fellowship program. So we have this program starting November 16th, and this is going to be an end-to-end program which will help you understand the product management into the full. So both marketing and data growth. So you ask for it, so we'll be covering everything, and this is how we are going to cover, where every Saturday we are meeting for 2 hours and we are going to talk about a topic and then we do a case study. This is fully hands-on experience where you understand end-to-end how the product management is done step by step. Okay. So in the first week, we are going to understand product lifecycle, key principles, product development, and all that. And we are going to touch upon the case study of Netflix, which is which is related to the topic that I have covered. Okay, so in similarly, we have November 23rd, like the next week, Saturday, we are going to connect for 1.5 hours on the topics which are about product strategy, MVP building, and strategy building. So we'll cover everything, and then we go about a case study. So likewise, we have every week a theme on what we are going to cover. Suppose you see the third week, we have user persona and design thinking, and we have in the fourth week about the growth, which is nothing but A/B testing, growth hacking techniques. And in the fifth week, we are going to cover market research. And in the sixth week, we are going to cover the agile product development as such. Okay. And the seventh week, we are going to cover road mapping, how to do road mapping, what are the different kinds of road mapping is there, and how to align with the stakeholders. Okay, so that is what we are going to cover. And in the eighth week, we are going to have product strategies and how to launch a product. So that is what we are going to cover. And we are going to have a capstone project right from the beginning, and we will have at least four case studies which is done by you. We will be providing the case study inputs, and you will be doing case study by yourself, and you understand what is product management into depth. Okay, so after this, we will be having on Jan 25th, we are planning to have a celebration of success where we will be giving a certificate of completion for you guys who have completed a successful capstone project. Okay, on the completion of capstone project, we will be awarding a certificate. To tell you about this, the full stack product management fellowship program is about to start November 16th, and its price is about 24,999. But if for the first 15 people, the cohort size will be 30. It's already decided, and for the first 15 people, we are giving early bird price of 17,999. So if at all you are interested, please DM me or ping me or leave a message. I will be contacting you and I will be taking you through further queries.